that just now it makes sense. We've got a curious ghost reading history books. Just why am I surprised? Sometimes I just want to thump myself in the head. Like, what are you thinking? It's a Nightwish song. Of course, it's going to have all kinds of cool things in it that make obvious sense as you're watching it.
Son of a. 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 Son of a.
Are you
Are you serious?
Are you serious?
All right, welcome back, Nightwish Army. I am hesitant because it's like I looked at the list and realized that we're winding down and we're down to like the last 13, 14 videos. And it makes me a little sad, but that's not necessarily a bad thing because this is just 50 Nightwish songs out of over 100. According to Gabriel, I think he said he lost count at 135. So just because the songs that you want me to react to didn't make the list doesn't mean, oh, well, Derek's done. So keep them coming in the comments. I am taking notes. I do have a list of more Nightwish stuff, but it's not just Nightwish stuff. It's Annette stuff. It's Floor stuff. It's Tarja stuff. It's Marco stuff. It's all the things and how their spouses are doing. So we're going to take this singular, almost like root of the Nightwish tree, and then we're going to go out and branch out. And I'm really excited for what's coming. They're just not going to be as frequent every single day. I'm going to take a little bit of a break. And honestly, I'm going to go back and listen to a lot of these songs over again and actually just appreciate the music and without overly dissecting it, which I have been doing, but it's different listening to Nightwish after time after time after time because you want to. It's hard to explain because during this journey, it's not that I'm doing like tonight's video because I have to. There's not a lot of time with as deep as these songs are to allow that song of the previous day to set in, to fully appreciate it before you've got to clear your mind and get ready for the next song. And so that's really what I'm excited about, is being able to clear my mind and go back and re-listen, re-enjoy, re-fall in love with some of those songs that have already been on the list as we prepare for the new ones. Anyway, if you haven't yet, we're like on day 36, 37, 38, somewhere in that window of 50 consecutive Nightwish songs in 50 days. So if you haven't, please subscribe, like, follow, all those things. But ultimately, the comments is where we get to know each other. And there's been a lot of really cool comments as far as that. They don't. A lot of people say they don't know if they'd be able to do what I'm doing by blindly reacting to something and risk looking like a fool. But I look like a fool anyway, so I kind of get used to it. Just ask my wife. Anyway, that's enough of me mumbling. You guys aren't here just to hear that. Let's get some music going. Oh yeah. Sorry about that. Just realized I don't think I introduced the song. So we are going to be doing Perfume of the Timeless, and this is a Floor song because it's a pretty new release. And we're going to be watching the official video because I don't know that there is an unofficial video or a live performance. Let's just say this is the only one I could find that had the word official in it. There were several that said unofficial, and that just scared me away. I absolutely love math and numbers, and this right here, that right there is freaking awesome. And there may be some families that don't nearly have that many branches, but we're not going to get into that. But man, like, I get very prideful about my father's side because he immigrated to the U.S. when he was 4 from the Netherlands. But I often I realized as I've gotten older that I often neglect the history from my mother's side, and there's some Dutch roots there also. I did an ancestry DNA test, and I was pleasantly surprised to find out that I'm more than 50% Dutch. But I really, every bit and piece of all those stories make us who we are today, and without them, we wouldn't be here. And so there's mistakes that you've made, and whether it's relationships or jobs or something that's dictated the path. And the biggest thing my ex-wife and I got in a fight about after our divorce was she didn't like the fact that I just said that we are the sum or the product of our own decisions. You've got to stand on your own 2 feet and realize I screwed up, or each decision I've made from birth until today has made me who I am. And then this just makes that and compounds it, that every decision I've made, my parents have made, my grandparents have made, like all of that accumulation of life and struggle and shit comes together. But without it, we wouldn't be here. Oh, the message in this one, we haven't heard a single singer yet. And once again, this is deep and unsettling, but in the most amazing way. I literally was just thinking that because we're in the water, that was going to be one of those fish with the little dangles in front of their face to make you go up and, oh, look at the bright light, and then you get eaten really fast. That's awesome. Oh, that's cool. So we know who the writer of Nightwish music is, but do we know how much influence he had in this video? Who are the writers or the videographers and producers of this official video? Because that doesn't always equal the same answer. And I'm just curious if we know who it was and how much influence Thomas had in it. We're going to start back towards the beginning. So you paid, because I was thinking of that as the word started. I'm like, wait a minute, she started singing and I haven't listened to the words. So we're going to get into some of the most important parts now that we read some really important parts. So something from the earth came, something for the world. I think she said mosaic of broken, fragile pieces, which would make masterful, beautiful, perfect sense, especially when we read about how we're just pieces of, without our broken past and all the pieces of 4,000 some odd people that made up the past 20 years or whatever, however many years. I don't remember all those numbers. It was over 4,000 people that came together without any of them, or just one of them missing, you wouldn't be here today. So that mosaic of broken, fragile pieces makes glorious sense. Okay, I'm not going to do this over and over, but I'm realizing I'm also not paying attention to the videography, so I'm going to try to do that also. Man, there's so much to do in a Nightwish song. All right, so Silent Clocks Unwinding, and my song is, it is, it is, or it's, my song is there it? My song is for mankind. It's like the song is mankind, is the way I'm taking the song, whether it is or is for or whatever it is mankind, because without realizing the past and the DNA and the ancestors and the decisions and the lives lived and the lives lost, you wouldn't be here today. So to me, this song is mankind. Whether or not that's what Tuomas wanted me to say, I don't know, but he appreciates art and he appreciates the fact that we all have our own perspective. So I know he'd appreciate that comment. Oh, we're going to go back through that. Hopefully they say that multiple times. Something about the air dust. And then because of a million loves, that just is like ringing in my head. Yeah, we're going to go back. I hope I didn't go back too far, but if I did, oh well. Yeah, there's the title of the song. We're the perfume of the timeless. So we're the air dust on their palm. We're here because of a million loves. We're the perfume of the timeless. Oh, brilliance. Just utter brilliance. Because that just sums in the beginning of this song. And I got so caught up in the instrumentals, and then I realized how long I'd been reading. Like, this is a long song before we even get to hear anything. That just, now it makes sense. We've got a curious ghost reading history books. Just, why am I surprised? Sometimes I just want to thump myself in the head. Like, what are you thinking? It's a Nightwish song. Of course it's going to have all kinds of cool things in it that make obvious sense as you're watching it. Oh, sorry, gotta redo that. He literally turns it from ghost to ghost skeleton man. That was so cool. That's a monarch. So, At first, I thought these were moths flying around, and then I'm like, no, that would make very little sense. But these are monarch butterflies, which to me is the ultimate symbolism of the butterfly effect. How just one butterfly flapping its wings can, the waves, the sound waves, the air waves, the repercussions of that butterfly flapping its wings affects lives all over the world. And here's a room full of butterflies symbolizing the all you brilliance. it it's so many things are just captured in the details of a Nightwish song. I absolutely dealing with finance. There's a lot of macro thinking. Like we look at the big picture, and those that look too much at the big picture don't realize that there's some people that don't know where their next meal is coming from, and they're thinking micro. Like they're thinking, I just need a couple dollars to keep my electricity on or my water running to take care of my family. And so this macro micro game that goes on in society today is literally right in front of us on the screen. You've got a lens that's capturing not just a water droplet on a leaf, but even just the littlest small little pieces of water around that water droplet that are hard to see. But it wasn't 10 seconds before or less that we're swimming with whales. Like we're literally going from swimming with whales to a water droplet on a leaf. Talk about from macro down to micro, from you to 4,000 plus people that if they weren't there, you wouldn't be there. Like the night, and I don't know if it's all Twombus or who all this is, but this is one of the songs, regardless of what you say in the comments, regardless of what you say anywhere, that I would argue that the music, official music video is more powerful because of the visualizations that you're getting. You're getting the full picture, not just what you're seeing in the lyrics or hearing in the lyrics or the performance, which is powerful, but you've got to see this official video first and realize the game, the micro, macro, the depth of everything, the butterfly, all of these things combined makes this song extra special. And I absolutely just love this today. Man, if I, again, how many times have I said this in the last 37 days? If I would have listened to this song 4 weeks ago, I would have been like, okay, why are they, yeah, like I would have paid attention, but I wouldn't understand. Every day builds off the other. It's like a math equation. If you don't understand how math works, if you don't understand addition, then subtraction, then division, then multiplication, and then exponentials, if you don't do those in the right order and realize that there's not a maybe in math, it is or it is not. There's not a lot of in the middle what ifs. And so as my journey has progressed, if I didn't have that foundation, this song would just be a good song. But this song is 80% done, and it's GREA. We're about to get to the T. It is getting to the greatness level of a Nightwish song. Whether or not you agree with me or not, that's fine. But to me, this song is deep, it is wide, it is full of love, it is full of truth. How many of the 4,000 people in the past X number of generations can you even come close to naming? I would argue you'd be lucky to get to 1%. 40 of them? Some people maybe 2 or 3%, maybe 100 of them. 4,000 people coming together to make you who you are today. How sad is it that we don't know who those people are? At least I don't.
We are their air dust on their palm. We are because of a million loves. We're the perfume of the timeless. Last sighs on a deathbed.
Last sighs on a deathbed. Have they said that before? I haven't noticed that one. That's really cool. Last sigh on a deathbed. Like the breath leaving your body.
Perfume of the timeless. Last sighs on a deathbed. We are their air dust on their palm. We are because of a million loves. We're the perfume of the timeless. Last sighs of a million loves.
I'm guessing he's Finnish. I don't know, but I really like the A with the two dots on top of it that are in his name. So here's who the director is. Directed by a lovely bunch of coconuts. I love that. Vele, hell of a job. I probably butchered your name and did a disservice to it, but sir, hats off to you. Hell of a job. Hell of a job. And so I'm thinking as we go through this song and as I'm unraveling this stuff right in front of you, and it's hard to sometimes, especially when it's an explosion like this song was. We're the perfume of the timeless. Let's what is perfume? It's a concentrated liquid that when you spray it in the air, it shoots out and it starts to just spread itself everywhere. Like you have this small concentration, but without all of it, it means nothing, kind of like the song. But it's also something that's masking a bunch of negativity. When someone passes away, we don't recall all the fights, all the negative things. We try to think of the good things, or at least in most cases. And so this perfume is masking 4,000 years of struggle, of fighting, of hatred, of all kinds of things. And it ends with last sighs of a million loves. And to me, that's like the perfect ending of the song, because the verse before that was the last sigh on a deathbed. So a million last sighs on a deathbed, or a million last sighs of a million loves. And without those million loves, we wouldn't have been conceived and we wouldn't be here today. So deep, so amazing, so much what I expect out of an amazing Nightwish song. So this one shot way up the charts for me. I mean, we're in the counting the ones that weren't on my list. I'm over 40 Nightwish songs in the last couple months and 30 something in the last 3.5-4 weeks. So this one is I haven't even thought about ranking them, and it's kind of a impossible task. But as deep as this song was, as much as this song has made me think in the last 15-20 minutes, this has got to be towards the top. And if it's not for you, revisit this song, because you are missing a great one. See you guys tomorrow.